What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace your axle on your passenger and driver side of this Jeep Patriot. I believe it's a 2015. I'll get that information in a second, but as you can see, I already started lifting the car up. Before you do anything, honestly, I go penetration first with everything. PB Blaster, if you guys sponsor me, that would be great. So if you guys share, like the video, and maybe they'll see it one day and they see that I use PB Blaster all the time and it works great. I already put PB Blaster on everything that I'm removing. I already loosened up some bolts already. Just to make my life much easier later, but I'm just gonna show you what to remove to get this axle out. What I want to do is lift the car up, put a jack stand. I put the wheel for more safety purposes, and I also put another jack stand on the bottom over there. I'm just gonna go over everything that we need to remove. So we need to remove these bolts here, the bolt or the nut for the tie rod end. We're gonna remove the caliper bracket, which are, I believe, there's 17mm bolts there, and the bottom ball joint one. So once we get there, we'll go through the way, and possibly I might take the sway bar link out the way. We'll see. And then the axle nut. I'm gonna take this pin off first. So I'm gonna take a plier, take this pin out, take this cap off, and then I think it's a 32 socket or 36. We'll find out once we get there. For this pin, I'm just gonna use needle nose pliers, either wire cutters or flathead. We'll see. Whatever makes it much easier to actually remove this. I might end up, because the axle comes with it, the nut and the pin and everything, I might cut it off and just look at me talking out the camera. I might just cut it off, because why not? The new one comes with it, so let's cut it off. See, when you cut it, it makes it so much easier because it comes out in two pieces. And you see, this comes right out, and then this right here just pops out. Don't lose any of this stuff, just in case the new one for some reason doesn't come with it, but just make sure you put it right back how it goes so you won't forget. And then after that, it's going to be the axle nut, and there should be, I believe, another washer in there. And then if you have spacers for any reason for your wheels, do not lose these. I'm actually going to probably leave that there for now because I feel like it's going to snap off how rusty it is. But yeah, let's get to the axle nut because that's the most painful one. Hopefully it's loose. Let's see. Well, hopefully it's not loose, but hopefully it's not too tight. For the axle nut, it's gonna be, I believe this is a 32. I don't remember. I got lucky, so what I did was I put a flathead, jammed it in there in between, the disc brake, and I got lucky and it wasn't that tight. So it looks like the last mechanic who touched this car probably didn't torque all this thing, to spec, because honestly everything was pretty loose. So I'm not gonna guarantee you that yours is gonna come out that easy. You might have to torch it. You might need a stronger impact gun. You might need to put your whole weight on it. But I can't complain. When jobs come out this easy, I cannot complain. So let's keep on going. Next step that I want to do is try to impact this out and hope for God that I don't have to cut it, because if I do, this job's gonna be for a different day because the customer doesn't have the sway bar links and I don't think they're gonna purchase it. So I'm gonna do my best to remove this with the impact and also torch it and everything, just so I don't have to cut them off. So it's a 15mm socket. I'm gonna use that with the impact gun, and let's hopefully see if I can get it. All right, we're right now spinning. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put vice grips in the back so I can hold it from spinning. It sucks because this is an original one, so it doesn't have like where you can put a tool and keep it in place. So I'm gonna try is some pressure pliers. I'm gonna use a needle nose one or one of these, whatever works, whatever's easier, and hopefully we can get this nut out, because honestly it looks smushed up right here. It looks like, I don't know, I got hit with a hammer or something and it's smushed up. So we're basically gonna put this tool on the back here so I can hold it in place. Hopefully it doesn't spin. And then I'm gonna put some pressure going this way with it so it gives it more pressure so you're able to remove the nut, hopefully. So I did get lucky, and like I said, I put the needle nose pressure pliers, whatever you want to call them, on there. Used the impact gun with a 15 and it came off. So basically what I use this for is to hold this in place, because if not you have to put an Allen key, but fortunately an Allen key does not fit in there. As you can see, it's all smushed up. But I got lucky and I was able to remove that nut. Next step that you should do is just loosen these bolts up. So basically what we're doing first is loosening everything up. I already did this part already, honestly, off camera. So I took a 21 on this side and it's a 21 on the other side, and I used, you know, sort of a breaker bar. I mean, it's a ratchet, but I used it as a breaker bar, and you kind of just, you know, lefty-loosey, and while you're doing the lefty-loosey, this is holding it in place, so then you can loosen the nut. So that's what I did to loosen those 2 bolts right here. These 2 bolts that hold the brake line on the bracket here are 14 millimeter. You want to take those out as well. So 14 millimeter socket, and then it comes right out lefty-loosey. For the tie rod end, it's going to be 18 millimeter socket. I'm going to use a deep socket because it's, you know, a small one just won't work. And same thing, I'm just going to use a ratchet such as this one right here, and use it as a breaker bar. You know what I mean? And then lefty-loosey. Might put the jack, you know, bar, whatever, the jack pole on it, and then go this way with it. So lefty-loosey. All right, so we're gonna go lefty-loosey with this, and you can see it's coming out pretty, everything's coming out pretty easy. The guy who worked on this car last didn't torque anything down. You know, where am I supposed to be looking? Right here. Oh, right there. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is, now that it's loose, I'm gonna use the impact gun to make my life much easier and zip it out. But you really don't need an impact gun. You can use regular tools for all this. The same thing I had to do with this bolt. I had to put, you know, something to hold it in place, and then I took the impact gun after I loosened it with the breaker bar, and then now, well, there we go, and the nut just came right off, just like that. Be loose enough that you can just take it right out. Because honestly, I told this customer he needs everything. I mean, he needs tie rod ends, ball joints, sway bar links. He needs it all, the whole front suspension, even the struts and everything. To be real with you, I'm actually gonna do my best to make my life much easier. Remove these bolts right here, and then if I have enough play, when I take these 2 bolts and I have enough play with it, I'm not gonna remove the bracket off the, you know, the bracket, the caliper bracket, and then just kind of snake the axle out, and then, you know, pop it from in there, pop it out, you know. Honestly, I don't even know why I removed this out, because if I just take these 2 bolts out, like I said, this should theoretically, however you want to say it, should pop forward, and I should be able to push the control arm by hand. We'll see. Once you loosen those bolts up, and then you take a hammer, you want to hit it this way, just like that. You can see it's coming right out. Best thing to do is to do it more with the washer, with the nut on, so you don't want to break or mess up the thread. You don't want to smush the threads on there. So that's one, and as you can see, I'm already getting what I'm looking for. So the axle nut out, and this is the washer I was talking about earlier. So the washer goes first and then the nut. So I'm gonna leave this just like that, so I won't forget, and also the new one might come with it, but just so you know how to replace it back. Remove it to be safe, but then again, you might break it because it's seized in there. That PB blaster is soaking in. I'm just gonna hit the axle right here, just lightly tap it, don't go crazy with it. If it is, really tight in there, PB blaster, whatever you have for lubrication or penetration, and then you get a chisel or any type of pointy object type of tool and hit it with a hammer right in the center here. You don't want to mess up the thread, so hit it right there. And luckily everything here is coming out loosely, so I'm getting lucky with this job. Slowly but surely it's coming out. So I just put PB blaster, I'm taking a hammer and a flathead and kind of just wedging it in there as much as I can, and then slowly trying to remove and pry it out. Again, just be careful. It looks like it got replaced not too long ago, but still it's in there, because of the rust. It didn't clean. Usually if I replace this, I would clean the hole where the ABS sensor goes, so I wouldn't have to deal with this, and put a little bit of anti-seize on there so it won't be rusty or get stuck like this. Took my time with it, and victory is mine. So as you can see, it's a new sensor. It's just got corroded in there. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean that hole before I install it back. I'm gonna clean it really good. Put literally a dab of anti-seize so it won't happen again. But now that that's out of the way, we're gonna remove this bolt, and then this should give me all the room I need to remove that axle. That's what I thought. As you can see, this I might take this. Oh well, it doesn't come out of there, but anyways, that's enough room to remove the axle. I might put a little bit of something in the bottom here to hold this control arm up. There's not a lot of tension, but still I'm gonna put something in there just to be safe. I'd rather play safe than sorry. So yeah, so we're replacing this axle, And yeah, he needs ball joints, you know, all this tie rod ends, all these are bad, everything's bad here. I told him he needs the whole front suspension kit, you know. So anyways, we're here now, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna get under the car. There is this plastic here that I gotta remove out the way so I can have access to the axle all the way in there. I've done this first, but whatever. Anyways, you have to remove these clips. So there's one here, one here. There's more in the bottom. Take all those clips out so you can, you know, take this plastic out the way so you're able to get to the axle, which is in there. Let me see if I can get closer up real quick. You can see the axle in there. And you have to get, like, you know, some type of pry bar, which I use my snap-on pry bar, and you're gonna wedge it right in between the axle from behind and just kind of pop it out this way. I'll show you that once I get there, but we're gonna go ahead and remove all those tabs so we can get this out of the way. In the bottom of the car, you got 10mm bolts. There's one here, one there, and possibly another one over there. Or if not, it's just the two clips that are on the side, just like on the right side. Follow the plastic plate here all the way to the back. You're gonna see another 10mm bolt right there, one in the middle, and then one should be over there. So it should be 3 of them, I believe. As of right now, that's what I see. And there you go. That's how you take this plastic off. So I'm gonna rotate it. All right, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10mm bolts, and then you got 2 on the side, 2 clips, one here and one here. So that removes that plastic shield from the bottom. For this part, it's just a matter of removing the axle. So what we're gonna do is, all right, so the axle's going in. This is the side that's going into the transmission. The first thing I'm gonna do is obviously put some lubrication. This is what I use, so grease. I'm gonna put some of that all over this shaft. One, it will make it easier. So it's just a matter of prying that one out, right? You're gonna take a pry bar and you're gonna want to pry in between here, and then just kind of pull, you know, pop the axle out. Some transmission fluid will leak, most likely, so you want to put like a pan or something under, or if you're quick enough like I am, it's just removing this one, installing that one. You know, I do it pretty quick, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that out and then remove and install, and that's it. We're under the car. I already kind of did it already. So what you want to do is you want to take your pry bar, stick it in between here, and just pop it out that way. And as soon as I popped it, it started dripping. So I already have it to the point where I could just pull it out. So I'm gonna just pull out this one, install the new one. Just like that, you installed your new axle. As you can see, I dripped. So like I said, put a can or catch pan or something. But without further ado, the video right there, because basically everything is just reverse order everything, and the other side is just exactly the same. Actually much easier because the axle is much smaller. You see, it's a lot smaller. And if you want to know where they got this one from TQR, wherever the place that is. And then these ones, they got the CV axle, they got it from apremium.com. But without further ado, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys got the job done. Again, there's enough slack here, you know, so I'm not really worried about that breaking. You know, I wasn't too stressed out about it. And but if you are new and, you know, you want to be careful, just put a jack under it and put more, you know, something on it so it just sits like that, so you don't accidentally break the line. But other than that, man, I hope you guys learned something in this video. You were able to do the job and you don't have to pay a local mechanic. Easy, common tools, just like that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Extra step I take, I put some of this penetrate, anti-seize lubricant, just so it'll be easier to come off next time and it won't get seized, you know, in there. And then I cleaned the hole where the ABS sensor goes, and now I'm just replacing it back just like normal. Everything's going back as it came out.